careful selection process for ministers, says Head of State, and Tourism Awareness Month launched. Welcome to InfoHub. It's Thursday, October 31. Here's what's making the news. Following a recent interview with His Excellency President David Granger on the podcast Inside Sources, it remains clear that Guyanese can have continued confidence in the ministers of government and public officials.
Describing it as a new chapter in the life of the coalition, His Excellency President David Granger explained that the evolution of government in Guyana has begun. This development will see only the best being chosen for leadership. When asked what he is looking for in candidates for his 2020 victory, the head of state listed integrity, intelligence, commitment, and loyalty.
We need to have ministers and public officials who are incorruptible, and people remember the word I use in relation to the selection of the Commissioner of Police, unbribable. That is very important. The people of Guyana must be satisfied that their ministers are honest and that they are possessed of sufficient knowledge to take advice from the experts. Ministers are not experts. Ministers are politicians. And politicians are guided by the technical experts, for example, in infrastructure or in health. For example, the Minister of Public Health is not a doctor. She has to be guided by the technically qualified persons. And we're looking for people who are committed to Guyana.
The head of state explained that the selection process is not a random one.
It is not simply a game of, it's not a lotto, it's not a game of nomination. There has to be very careful selection. Is this the best candidate? In every respect. And ultimately, the chief executive has to make that decision.
With these qualities, President Granger has assured that Guyanese will benefit tremendously through real, achievable, and sustainable development initiatives. Among these include the expansion of equitable quality education opportunities and a vastly improved public service offered for hinterland communities.
When the record of our coalition is written, people will speak of the Granger administration, and the buck stops at Granger. I cannot allow people to preempt or usurp my authority to select the best people for the Guyanese people.
Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
On Wednesday, Minister of Social Protection, the Honorable Amna Ali, delivered much-needed assistance to residents who were affected by the recent spring tide. The minister and her team visited the flood-affected areas of the Mahaica-Berbice region, notably Glazier's Lust, Rebecca's Lust, and Prospect, where she relayed government's concern for its people as it has ramped up relief efforts.
Minister of Social Protection, the Honorable Amna Ali, was in the Region 5 area where she distributed a quantity of items to residents and farmers who were affected by the recent flood as a result of above normal high tides.
During an interaction with the residents, Minister Ali noted that the government is concerned with the flood situation and how it is affecting the people in the area. In this regard, she stated that the government has ramped up its relief effort to the residents.
We are very concerned with what is happening in the Maikoni sub-region. I want to say to you, stay put, have faith, and all is going to be well. I'm very much concerned, and the government is concerned, and we will do whatever possible to make your lives return to something comfortable.
InfoHub spoke to some of the residents who expressed satisfaction with the support they have been receiving thus far.
Since the water would have come, we would have asked the ministry to assist us by building this dam. They built the dam, but they didn't complete the dam because of the rush of the water. But what happened is that we are still so thankful that we're getting some sort of help from the Ministry of Agriculture. And I would have spoken to the engineer, and he helped us a lot. And we have been receiving some help from different agencies to, aid us by cleaning and so on. So we're just hoping for the best.
Thank you to the minister that have sent this help for us, and we are well appreciated, and we are welcome him in this area, and we are thankful for the government to do whatever he have done for us.
I must say Food for the Poor, CDC, the Region 5 RDC, they visited, they did assessment and cleaning agents, and so for the livestock, since it becomes difficult for them to find grass for them, and so we're hoping that we could get rice straw or grass from other areas so we can get to feed them rice bran or even molasses and so forth for them.
The Ministry of Agriculture continues to carry out emergency works in the drainage canals in the Glazers Lost area. With videographer Mahinder Raj, I am Sinika Thorne for InfoHub.
Did you know that the tourism industry has created more than 22,000 jobs thus far here in Guyana? Well, as Tourism Awareness Month 2019 was officially launched today, we also learned that more than $66 billion have been invested in the country's economy via this industry.
At a media launch held at the Cara Lodge for Tourism Awareness Month 2019, the director of the Guyana Tourism Authority, Brian Mullis, relayed that tourism is becoming an important value-added sector in Guyana, requiring increased investment.
GTA would like to highlight the importance of the continuous improvement that's required to maintain our position as one of the leading sustainable tourism destinations globally. Again, as I hope you're all aware, in 2019 alone, we've been recognized as the world's #1 ecotourism destination, the best in sustainable tourism, the best in destination stewardship, and a top 10 sustainable destination in the world.
For the month of November, there will be a calendar of activities to bring awareness to tourism. Among the list is the Agritourism Expo as well as the Tourism Expo. There is also Restaurant Week, a familiar period for Guyanese and visitors alike to check out some of the local delicacies being prepared at restaurants. Among the new initiatives is the Mystery Shopping. This is where individuals will be hired to experience certain services and test the effectiveness of training programs. Additional ventures to be introduced this month include Guyana's official rum route, a day tour of Maracaibo, and a 7-curry tour. The GTA is also working to launch new products in collaboration with several communities, including Wakapau, Chinapau, Karasabai, and Warapoka. Also speaking to the launch on Thursday, President of Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana, Mitra Ramkumar, noted that similarly as the oil and gas industry is being viewed as a new frontier for Guyana, so should tourism.
With the fact that Guyana is now going to be, it's now a new oil and gas frontier, we see tourism as a new frontier industry for Guyana because these two industries got so many synergies. They mesh well. The oil and gas industry as well can create the revenues to market our country, to tell the world that we are the #1 ecotourism destination.
The administrative regions were also invited to propose tourism awareness activities during the month-long observant and promotion. To learn more about what is happening during Tourism Awareness Month, check out GTA's Facebook page for the latest updates, and you can also follow us on our social media platforms. For InfoHub, Ayana George.
Still to come, top academic performers awarded and Health Ministry kicks off Filaria campaign. Details after the break. Thanks for staying with us. Ghana's top performers at the NGSA, CSEC and CAPE have been awarded for their excellence in education at the National Awards Ceremony. During a ceremony today, it was disclosed that 4 students have been invited to Grenada to receive awards for best overall performance in the Caribbean in several subject areas.
Students from education districts across Guyana who displayed outstanding academic performance have been rewarded for their commitment to their education. This is the 23rd such ceremony held to celebrate the accomplishments of students along with their teachers and parents. Education Minister, the Honorable Dr. Nicolette Henry, explained that this year's performance is testimony to the deliberate investments in education.
Our job at the Ministry of Education is to create opportunities across our education system to develop every student to reach their full potential. And that is not only providing education or quality education for a few students at our more prestigious schools, but rather creating opportunities for every child in Guyana.
As Guyana continues to excel in education, The Caribbean Examination Council has invited 4 students to Grenada to receive awards for best overall performance in the Caribbean in several subject areas. Guyana is poised to receive the award for the best school at this year's CSEC examinations due to top CSEC student Rihanna Tony's performance. The Ministry of Education has been investing in schools all across Guyana to bring them up to par with the conventional top schools. Chief Education Officer Dr. Marcel Hudson noted that the educational feats achieved by junior secondary schools this year is proof that the interventions are paying off.
There was a time when the names of the Queenstowns, the Lodge, the Kingston, all those different schools, you may not have heard their names in terms of excellence. But that has changed and will continue to change as we apply ourselves to improving the education system.
Guyana has had a momentous year in education, achieving the highest pass rate at the CSEC level in the Caribbean and in the country's history. For InfoHub, Anara Khan.
With assistance from the United States Agency for International Development, the Ministry of Public Health has officially launched a campaign to eliminate lymphatic filariasis.
The Mass Drug Administration campaign was officially launched at the Starbuck Market Square on Thursday. The one-month exercise will see health officials visiting homes and schools to administer the drug. Leading by example, Minister of Public Health, the Honorable Valda Lawrence, took her set of pills to combat the parasitic disease. Minister Lawrence boasted that Guyana has made tremendous progress in the fight against filaria. However, the country's objective is to ensure elimination of the disease.
We do not want persons within our communities to suffer this fate. And that is why collectively we have agreed to step up this campaign and to work together assiduously to combat and eliminate this often neglected disease.
Lymphatic filariasis is reportedly a leading cause of permanent disability worldwide. Also known as elephantitis, the disease is spread by blood-feeding diphtheria, such as mosquitoes. Minister Lawrence said that the elimination campaign is a continuation of work started years ago by the ministry.
Since then, Guyana has made tremendous progress in recent years in the rollout of the mass drug distribution. We have been able to net a coverage of 85%, and our hats are raised to those persons who got out there and ensure that they took those medications to our people.
As the campaign rolls out, it is important to note that pregnant women, severely ill persons, and persons shorter than 90 cm are ineligible for the drug distribution. Reporting for InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
As we close, here's a reminder from the Ghana Elections Commission.
GCOM's preliminary list of electors is now on its website, www.gcom.org.gy. Citizens are reminded to check the voters list to ensure their names are on it. GCOM's claims and objection exercise began on October 1st and will end on November 18, 2019. During this time, the following persons can check the registration office in their respective districts to verify their registration records for inclusion on the list of electors. Persons who are 18 years or older or will become 18 by December 31st, 2019. And Guyanese citizens by birth, descent, naturalization or registration, and a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for no less than a year before December 31st, 2019. Also, persons whose names appear on the Central Registrar can make changes or corrections during this period. GCOM's claims and objection exercise is being conducted at all GCOM offices throughout the country.
That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.